Ladies and gentlemen, Tattoo Advance here, and welcome to a news update. Now last week we got a glimpse of item 2.0, the new interaction system. It looks like it's making some really good progress. This week we can now see the interaction inside of the ships. We've seen the M50, which is the first one to have it fully integrated, mainly so because it's the smallest ship and it's easy for them to implement rather than working on some of the larger ships. The Aurora will have the new item interaction system right off the bat. That is having a rework. There's no point reworking a ship and not integrating the new interaction system. Whilst we're on the topic of the Aurora, it's getting very close now. A new bit of technology that Star Citizen have been working on is persistent objects. Out of all the games I've played in the past, persistent objects has always been quite a difficult one to achieve. You're loading more assets into a particular area. How will that affect you as a player? Pretty much in every single way. I mean, persistent objects could be persistent on the ship, i.e. you put something down and it's there when you come back. Something in the cargo hold, something pretty much everywhere in the ship and everything you physically move. And very similar to something being persistent in space as well. So it could be a broken ship, something that's blown up, something that floats there, something you could send coordinates to one of your friends to. Very much the same with the planet side as well. A crashed ship, maybe even you crash your ship, or maybe it might be just other items on the surface of the planet. So persistence is going to be a massive part of the game. It's quite challenging from a technology point of view to get it right as well and make sure that the objects persist, and at the same time we get good CPU and GPU performance. Something I was quite surprised about, they are going to be working on the quantum travel. They're going to be adding the VFX and audio to make a absolute awesome quantum travel. I actually quite like the current one. I thought it was quite good. A few little bugs here and there, but I thought it was pretty good. I'm really looking forward to see what they do on the quantum travel and how that actually turns out, because I've no doubt it's going to look absolutely awesome. We've seen a small amount of progression on the character customization. We know how that's going to work. We've been told in the past. It's going to be sort of like a modular system where you can swap out components on the body, i.e. different colour skin, different types of eyes, and so on and so on. And as you move them onto the body, they will colour match based on the head colour. We got to see the eyes. The eyes look pretty cool in Star Citizen, and we've seen quite a few zoomed in shots to actually see how detailed they are. But they've implemented some technology to change the colour of the eyes as well, so you can personalise and customise your character as well. Whilst we're on the topic of characters as well, the female body is now complete and the armour sets are done as well, so we can expect to see that soon as well. We also got a glimpse at some shadow and fog technology that's been implemented off the back of a Lumberyard update. This is great news for us guys. What this means is Star Citizen can build out the game, and as Lumberyard add more sort of really cool technology, Lumberyard have done an update to the fog and Star Citizen are working on implementing it into the game. Now keep in mind, fog could be not just in ships as well. It could be planet side. There's loads of different areas you can apply it to. You gain a lot more depth of field when you add good lighting and also really good fog effects as well. And when we say fog, it could be so light you could barely see the fog. All that means is that the light will pick up that fog and you'll get a really nice effect. Looking at some of the bits they've worked on so far on the fog areas and some of the environments, we're really getting to see now that these internal environments and also the external environments are really progressing to a point where they're starting to look really good. And hopefully getting to a point where they're done as well. Whilst we're on the topic of getting things done, 3.0 is going to be a week late. Not a major issue really in the grand scheme of it. We always knew that there was going to be tolerance in the launch date. This obviously does affect each part of the stage, so we can expect to see the PTU aspect of it around about the 23rd to the 5th. Now they have actually given a date to the physical live date, but my take is with something like this, if you're going to PTU, i.e. your test environment, I think that window between testing and live should be a lot more than what they've probably predicted on the basis of the volume of content that's going to be entering into the game. And also the volume of people playing as well, because 3.0 doesn't just introduce these new mechanics. It introduces a massive field of new technology, a code base that is dramatically different from what we currently have. So my take is it be on PTU for extended period of time, I reckon. It's going to be a little bit longer than what they maybe predicted, but that's no major issue. The majority of people will be invited to the PTU anyway. They'll probably start small, and then in the end, everyone will have access to the PTU before it goes physically live. Over the past weeks or so, Star Citizen have introduced a new sort of way by advertising a ship. I thought it was pretty cool actually, leaking off sort of small snippets of a top secret story with quite a good backstory as well, and that ship was the Aegis Eclipse. It does look really, really good. I think it's a combination of, it looks like something out of Star Wars a little bit because the wings do fold up. The idea of the ship is it's a stealth bomber, and it does come with some extremely large torpedoes. It's probably understatement of the year. From the images I've seen so far, it does look really progressed. And I think that Star Citizen are getting very, very good working through the ship pipelines. So my take is actually we should see a lot more information soon on this ship. Not just information, but hopefully a full tour and some other goodies as well, because I'd love to see the torpedo bays. Star Citizen have hit a new target as well of $150 million. Definitely not an amount to be sniffed at, is it? It's a massive amount of money. It's fantastic, really. It's incredible that how much people have donated towards the game by buying the ships and so on. And it does definitely help make a game of this size. And if you think about it, I think GTA cost something like 300 million, and about 150 million of that was marketing. So you got 150 million spent on GTA 5. So just a bit of food for thought there. Do I think 150 million is enough, minus the advertising? I think they're probably, to build something at this scale, I think they probably need a little bit more, but I don't think they're far away from it. Maybe another 50, and that will cover the cost. Understandably, keep in mind, when the game goes on sale, i.e. it goes live, on day one, on average, I think GTA made something like $1 billion, something ridiculous amount of money. It was actually crazy. And I expect Star Citizen, if they sell, let's say, 3 million copies in the first week, which let's make assumption that they will, at the price, let's say, of $39.99, it's not rocket science. They're going to do alright of it in the first week, and are sure that that will cover the additional funds they need to complete the game. So I think there's no issue there. It's more about just being a landmark of everyone wants to see this game built, and I think that is just cool in itself. So that's everything for me today, guys. The last thing on the agenda, if you're looking to join a Star Citizen organisation, check out the link in the description below. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.